are people in this city, Mokinstas, that really care about you. We know everyone goes through a hard time. We all have our own life experiences too and our own struggles. And we just want to let people know that we have a hand to give.
We've created this group of people who are passionate about this and understand why this work is so important. It's not a nonprofit organization. It is not connected to the government. It's not funded by the government. Everything is literally powered by community. We do the street patrols once a week. Every Friday from 6:30 to like midnight or 1 o'clock, we're out with lunches, harm reduction, blankets, clothing, anything that is needed in that moment. Emergency food hampers, addiction support. After the murder of LaJour, we have a cell phone that's running 24/7 via text or phone call.
When LaJour was killed, that call I'll never forget. From there, supporting the Sudanese community, his daughter directly, holding his daughter's hand at the funeral. That in itself is hard. It's an honor and it's hard. It was a Sunday, I had nothing better to do, and I've always wanted to do like something. So I went to the Tim Hortons, and those original 7 that were there were the ones that started it. The idea was to provide community outreach. It was to provide something street level, something grassroots. It was to provide something that nobody was doing at that time.
We started with nothing. We all just would bring, whatever was in the kitchen. So we'd buy like a loaf of bread. Everybody made peanut butter sandwiches. We'd buy like maybe a case of water, and that was it. And we had like our one little wagon. And then somebody gave us a second little wagon, and we were so happy. We had 2 wagons. We could split into 2 groups. Some people started hearing that, oh, Bear Clan's here, and oh, hey, how do I get this stuff to you? And they'd drop it off at our houses. Be patrolling, and hey, that's awesome what you guys are doing. Here's $50. And we'd go buy a couple things of coffee or buy a bunch of pizzas for everybody to hand out, and it's kind of snowballed from there.
What keeps you going? Why do you keep volunteering every weekend? Why do you keep picking the calls?
Just the connection that we have with people now. It seems like there's more folks now that rely on us almost every Friday. Like they know we're gonna be on that C train line. I don't wanna let them down. It just feels like there's not enough light in the world anymore, that we need to be whatever light we can be.
You get the serious calls that are like domestic violence, and we've walked in middle of the night, the whole house is smashed, and it's like we still show up. We don't have a gun, we don't have badges, we have hope and heart, we have ourselves and our de-escalation, and we're not there to arrest anybody, and I think that helps. And then you get community members that are just having like a mental health breakdown and they don't have anybody, and we just get to be there for them. We've had sweet calls where it's like elders that are just alone and they just need someone to talk to while they're cooking. And they call and they say, okay, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, I'm gonna go cook, just so they have someone there. And literally it's you listening to somebody in their house day to day, and they just are doing whatever, And to me, those are the sweetest calls, because I'm like, oh.
So we have all of our lunches here packed, about 250 of them, and our blankets. Looks like we have some good stuff to hand out tonight. Something Mamacita always says is that every member of Bear Clan has their own medicine to provide. So we all have something special that we can give to the community, and it fuels the community as a whole. So many times, they just want someone to say, I see you, I care about you. They're not troublemakers. Maybe they're just hungry. Like, how do you get when you're hungry?